Have you ever had that moment? That frustrating, heart-sinking feeling when you know you understand English, but the words just won't come out? You're not alone. I've been there, and I know exactly how it feels to be trapped on the other side of the glass, watching conversations happen without you. Welcome, my friend. I am so incredibly glad you have found your way here, to this space, to our community. This is the place where your English transforms, step by deliberate step, into something that feels natural, something that feels confident, and something that is truly fluent. Before we take this first step together, I have a small request. If you feel ready to begin this journey, to finally break through that wall, please show this video some love with a like, make sure you've subscribed to this channel, and most importantly, share your thoughts, your questions, or your answers down in the comments below. I read every single one. Your voice matters here, and your insights can light the way for other learners, too. Alright, let's take a deep breath and begin. Welcome to your daily listening and speaking masterclass, your guided path from B1 to C2 English fluency. Let me ask you a question that might feel a little too familiar. Have you ever felt that your English is almost there, hovering on the edge of good, but that final leap to fluent seems just out of reach? You can grasp most of what you hear, you can read and understand, but when it's your turn to speak, your mind suddenly empties. That mental blankness is a barrier so many face. Countless learners reach a solid plateau, perhaps a B1 or B2 level, where comprehension is strong, but ascending to the assured, effortless peaks of C1 or C2 feels impossible. Today, that changes. In this master class, I will guide you in dismantling that barrier, brick by brick. You will discover how to cultivate a mind that thinks directly in English, how to form speech that is smooth and unforced, and how to hone your listening skills through daily practice, just as native speakers have done their entire lives. And please, do not worry. Everything I share with you will be in clear, understandable English. You will have the chance to shadow my voice, to repeat after me, and to learn in a gentle, progressive manner. Let us begin your ascent from B1 to C2. This is Section 1, the true meaning of fluency. First, we must lay the foundation by understanding what fluency truly is, because it is often misunderstood. Fluency is not a measure of speed. It is not about speaking rapidly. Real fluency is about speaking naturally, with a comfortable rhythm, with genuine confidence, and with deep understanding. When you are truly fluent, your thoughts transition into words without friction. You are no longer converting sentences from your native language. You are generating them directly in English. Picture this: you are having a relaxed conversation with a friend in English. The words arrive when you need them. There is no nervousness. Your tone is calm, your meaning is clear, and you feel completely self-assured. That is our shared destination. That is the real fluency we are building towards. But how do we arrive there? The key, the secret you have been searching for, lies in consistent, daily practice in both listening and speaking. Every single day, you must engage in active listening and active speaking. This goes beyond merely studying grammar rules or vocabulary lists from a textbook. It is about living the language. And that is the very purpose of this master class. Let us move forward to Section 2, the transformative power of shadowing. We begin with one of the most effective techniques available to you on your path to fluency, the method of shadowing. Shadowing is the practice of listening and speaking simultaneously. You echo what you hear, word for word, matching the rhythm, the intonation, and the emotional tone. It is akin to singing along with a beloved song, but applied to the flow of English conversation. This powerful method trains your mouth to form the sounds, your ears to recognize the patterns, and your brain to process the language, all working in harmony. It assists you in internalizing the very music of English, its natural stress, its unique sounds, and the feeling it carries. Let us try a brief shadowing exercise together right now. First, just listen to my voice. I used to feel nervous every time I spoke English. But then I began shadowing native speakers each day. After 1 month, I could perceive the rhythm. After 2 months, I could sense the words. After 3 months, I began to sound more natural. Now, it is your turn. Repeat after me, slowly and with care. Ready? I used to feel nervous every time I spoke English. But then I began shadowing native speakers each day. After 1 month, I could perceive the rhythm. After 2 months, I could sense the words. After 3 months, I began to sound more natural. Wonderful! When you make shadowing a daily habit, your pronunciation refines itself without conscious strain. You will find yourself beginning to speak almost automatically. Now, we turn to Section 3, the habit of listening. The next essential step is daily listening. Listening is like breathing for anyone learning a language. It is absolutely vital. You cannot achieve fluency if your engagement is limited to reading and writing. You must immerse your ears in the language every single day. But this is not about passive background noise. You require active listening. Active listening means focusing with intent on the meaning, the rhythm, and the emotion behind the words, not merely recognizing the sounds. Here is a practical way you can do it. Select material you genuinely enjoy, a short story, an engaging podcast, or a YouTube video on a topic you love. Listen to it once purely for overall comprehension. Listen to it a second time and shadow the speaker. Then, pause and repeat any difficult sentences until you can produce them clearly and confidently. The process is simple, but its results are profound. If you dedicate yourself to this practice every day, even for just 10 minutes, your listening comprehension and your speaking abilities will expand more rapidly than you can currently imagine. Section 4, a story of transformation. Let me share with you a brief, true story about a student of mine who completely changed her English. Last year, a student named Lynn came to me with a powerful dream. She told me, "Teacher, I can read and write in English without much trouble, but I cannot speak. My pronunciation feels wrong, and I completely freeze when people speak too quickly." We started with a very small, manageable commitment. Every single day, Lynn would shadow one short English story for just 5 minutes. She would listen with great care and repeat the lines with genuine emotion. After only 3 weeks, the clarity of her voice was noticeably better. After 6 weeks, a new confidence began to bloom within her. After 3 months, she was able to engage in full, flowing conversations with native speakers. There was no fear, no freezing. How did this remarkable change happen? It was because she trained her ears and her mouth to work together, in unison. She was not just exercising her mind with grammar rules, she was building a physical and intuitive connection to the language. This is exactly what you can do as well. So, if you ever find yourself thinking, "I can never speak like a native speaker," I want you to remember Lynn. She started from the very place where you might be now, at a B1 level, and today, she speaks in a way that is natural, fluent, and full of confidence. Section 5, the journey that awaits. This comprehensive masterclass is composed of 11 distinct parts. In each segment, you will acquire new vocabulary, practical expressions, and powerful techniques for listening and speaking. Step by step, we will guide you from an intermediate level of English to an advanced, fluent command of the language, the kind that sounds authentic, confident, and completely natural. Therefore, I encourage you to stay with me until the very end. By the time you complete all 11 parts, your pronunciation, your listening skills, and your overall fluency will be significantly stronger. Now, before we conclude part 1, let us engage in one final mini practice session. Repeat these short, empowering sentences after me. I am ready to learn. I can speak English with confidence. I listen carefully and I speak naturally. Every day my English becomes better. Perfect. You sound fantastic. Always remember, your English journey does not need to be rushed. It only needs to be consistent. Fluency is a gift that reveals itself to those who practice with dedication every single day. In our next part, we will explore the mindset of fluent speakers, how they think differently, and how you can begin to think directly in English, too. So, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, what is the one biggest challenge you face when you try to speak English? Welcome back, my dear learning partner. I am absolutely delighted to see you returning for part 2 of our daily listening and speaking masterclass, your definitive path from B1 to C2 English fluency. In our first session, we uncovered the truth that fluency is not about speed, but about natural, confident expression. We practiced the powerful technique of shadowing, explored active listening, and discussed the incredible potential of daily habits. Now, in this part, we will venture deeper into a fundamentally important territory, your mindset. Because your journey to fluency does not begin in your mouth or even in your ears, it originates in your mind. Let us begin with Section 1, the thought process of fluent speakers. Have you ever stopped to wonder what truly allows fluent English speakers to sound so self-assured and natural? It extends far beyond just grammar or vocabulary. It is rooted in how they think. When fluent speakers engage in conversation, they do not perform word-by-word translation. They form thoughts directly in English. They concentrate on the overall meaning, not on individual words. They accept that mistakes will happen and focus on making a connection, not on achieving perfection. Let me illustrate with an example. Picture 2 learners. Learner A thinks in this manner, I want to express this idea. How do I say that specific phrase in English? What is the correct verb tense? What grammar rule applies here? Learner B, however, thinks like this, I simply want to share my idea. I will use the words I already know. It is perfectly acceptable if my sentence is not flawless. Which of these 2 learners will speak more quickly and fluently? Learner B, without a doubt. This is because when you fixate on perfection, your brain becomes paralyzed. When you prioritize communication, your thoughts flow freely. Therefore, if you wish to progress from B1 to C2, you must learn to think like a fluent speaker, liberated, confident, and centered on meaning. Section 2, Learning to Think in English, Step by Step. Now, let us discuss a practical method for training your brain to think in English. This will not occur overnight, but you can cultivate it daily through small, consistent exercises. Here is a simple 3-step practice. Step 1. Describe your immediate environment in English. Look around you right now. Verbally say what you see, either out loud or in your mind. For example, my desk is tidy today. There is a mug of coffee next to my laptop. I can hear birds singing outside my window. It is that simple. Use basic English spoken in a natural way. Step 2. Talk to yourself in English. As you go about your daily activities, describe them. I am preparing my breakfast. I am walking to the bus stop. I am checking my messages. This forges a direct link between your actions and the English language. Step 3. Reflect in English. At the day's end, hold a 1-minute conversation with yourself in English. What happened today? What was positive? What was challenging? For example, today was quite busy. I had several meetings. I felt tired by the afternoon, but I learned something new. This daily reflection accelerates your ability to think and express your feelings in English. Section 3. How to stop the habit of translation. One of the most significant obstacles learners encounter is the tendency to translate. You think in your native language and then attempt to convert it into English. This process makes your speech slow and unnatural. So, how do you break this habit? The secret lies in learning patterns. Instead of memorizing isolated words, learn English in chunks, short, complete phrases that you can use immediately. For example, do not just learn the word because. Learn the full phrase, I did it because I wanted to. Do not just learn I think. Learn the pattern, I think it's a good idea. I think it's too late. I think I understand. When you learn in these ready-made patterns, your brain remembers complete sentences. You no longer need to construct every sentence from scratch. Let us practice this together right now. Repeat after me. I think it's a good idea. I guess you're right. I'm not sure about that. I feel like going for a walk. It looks like it's going to rain. These are natural patterns that native speakers use daily. If you practice them regularly, you will begin to use them automatically. There will be no need for translation. Section 4. Flipping the confidence switch. Fluent speakers are not fluent because they know every word. They are fluent because they are not afraid to try. You see, confidence is not a feeling you wait for, it is an action you create. When you speak English, do not think, I might make a mistake. Instead, think, I am learning. I am improving. Every single mistake is a step forward on your path to fluency. Let me share a short story with you. When I first moved to the United States, I met a friend from Japan. His English was far from perfect. He made grammar mistakes frequently, but he always smiled, spoke naturally, and kept the conversation moving. People loved talking to him because he was confident and friendly. Just a few months later, his English had improved faster than anyone else's. Why? Because he used it every day without fear. Fluency grows through use, not through silence. So, do not wait until you feel completely ready. Start speaking today, even if your English is simple. Section 5. Shadowing practice for a fluent mindset. Now, let's do a short shadowing exercise to cement this confident mindset. Listen first to the meaning and the tone. I don't need to be perfect to speak English. I just need to practice every day. I can express my ideas clearly. I speak English to connect, not to impress. Every word I say makes me stronger. Now, repeat after me, sentence by sentence, with conviction. I don't need to be perfect to speak English. I just need to practice every day. I can express my ideas clearly. I speak English to connect, not to impress. Every word I say makes me stronger. Excellent. When you repeat positive, affirming sentences like these, you are training your brain to adopt the mindset of a fluent speaker. This is known as language confidence training. The more confident your thoughts become, the more natural your English will sound. Section 6. Your small mission for today. Here is a simple task for you to complete after this lesson. Once you finish watching, dedicate just 5 minutes to thinking entirely in English. Describe what you see around you, what you are feeling, and what you are doing, all in English. For an extra boost of practice, I want you to write 3 short sentences about your day in the comments section below. I will personally read them, and this act of sharing will help you practice speaking publicly, just like a real, confident speaker does. In our next session, Part 3, we will advance another step. You will learn how to train your listening skills to comprehend fast English, movies, and authentic conversations with ease, just as native speakers do. So, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, do you still find yourself translating when you speak English, or are you starting to think directly in English? I will see you in Part 3. And always remember, true fluency begins in your mind. You are already on the correct path, moving in the right direction. Welcome back. I am so happy to see you here for Part 3 of our daily listening and speaking masterclass, your guided journey from B1 to C2 English fluency. In Part 2, you learned about the essential mindset of fluent speakers, how they think directly in English, how they use patterns instead of translation, and how confidence is constructed through daily practice. Now, it is time to focus on one of the most powerful skills for achieving fluency, listening. If you can understand English clearly, its rhythm, its emotion, and its authentic speed, your speaking will naturally improve as a direct result. However, many learners practice listening in an ineffective way. They hear the words, but they do not truly train their ears. So today, you will learn how to train your listening like a native speaker, step by step. Section 1. The Secret of Authentic Listening. Many learners operate under the misconception that listening is a passive activity. You press play and simply let the sounds wash over your brain. But this is not accurate. Authentic, effective listening is an active process. It is a workout for your ears. Native speakers listen in chunks of meaning, not word by word. They hear phrases as unified blocks of sound. For example, when you hear "Did you eat yet?" it often sounds like "Jeet yet?" When you hear "I want to go," it becomes "I want to go." When you hear "Let me see," it sounds like "Let me see." If you struggle to understand each word in isolation, you will become lost. But if you listen for the overall idea, you will comprehend the entire sentence effortlessly. This is the first secret: do not listen for individual words, listen for complete ideas. Section 2. Practicing active listening. Now, let us practice active listening together. I will say a few short sentences. Listen carefully. Do not focus on catching every single word. Instead, try to feel the overall meaning and the emotion being conveyed. Just listen. I can't believe it's already Friday. You look tired. Did you sleep well last night? It's such a beautiful day today, isn't it? Now, listen once more and repeat after me. Try to copy the rhythm and the tone exactly as you hear it. I can't believe it's already Friday. You look tired. Did you sleep well last night? It's such a beautiful day today, isn't it? Did you notice how each sentence has its own musicality? That is the rhythm of English, and dedicated listening practice is how you learn to feel it. Section 3. Combining shadowing and listening. Shadowing is not solely about improving your speech, it is also about deepening your listening comprehension. Here is how you can combine these two powerful skills effectively. Choose a short audio clip, perhaps from a story, a movie scene, or a podcast. First, listen to it once without repeating anything. Just focus on understanding the general meaning. Then, listen a second time and shadow the speaker, speak along with them, copying their speed and intonation as closely as possible. Finally, listen one more time and pay close attention to the small, connecting sounds you might have missed before. This three-step method will simultaneously sharpen your listening accuracy and enhance the smoothness of your speaking. Let us try a short example together. Listen first to the meaning and the flow. When I was a child, I loved listening to the rain. The sound was soft, peaceful, and made me dream. Now, let us shadow it together slowly. Repeat after me. When I was a child, I loved listening to the rain. The sound was soft, peaceful, and made me dream. Very good. When you shadow, your ears learn the authentic sound of English. You begin to notice how words connect in real speech, how listening to becomes listening to, how made me becomes made me. This is the precise way native speakers hear and speak naturally. Section 4. The Pyramid of Listening Practice. Imagine your listening practice as a pyramid with 3 distinct levels. Level 1 is clear English. This is English spoken slowly and distinctly, much like what you are hearing from me right now. Use this level to build a strong, solid foundation. Level 2 is natural English. This is the speed of real, everyday conversations, like those in TV shows, YouTube vlogs, or casual podcasts. You might not understand every single word, and that is perfectly okay. Level 3 is fast, authentic English. This is how people speak in movies, songs, and daily life, featuring connected speech, reduced sounds, and slang. It is challenging, but it trains your ears to be quick and adaptable. To become truly fluent, you must practice at all 3 levels. Move from the clear and slow, up to the natural, and then challenge yourself with the fast and authentic. The more you listen across the spectrum, the more familiar and manageable the sounds of English will become. Section 5. The Listening and Shadowing Challenge. Let us undertake a quick listening and shadowing challenge. I will read a short story twice. The first time, just listen. The second time, shadow along with me. Ready? First, just listen. Yesterday, I went to a small cafe near my house. I ordered a cup of tea and sat by the window. It started raining softly. I watched the people outside running with umbrellas. It was quiet, calm, and beautiful. Now, let us shadow it together slowly. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I went to a small cafe near my house. I ordered a cup of tea and sat by the window. It started raining softly. I watched the people outside running with umbrellas. It was quiet, calm, and beautiful. Great job! This is exactly how you combine listening and speaking into one simple, daily exercise. Even just 5 minutes of this practice each day can make your listening sharper and your speaking noticeably smoother. Section 6. Listening with emotional awareness. One crucial thing that fluent speakers always do is they feel the language. They do not merely hear sounds, they perceive the emotion carried within the words. Listen to the distinct difference in meaning conveyed solely by tone. If I say, "It's raining again," with a flat, low tone, I sound tired or perhaps disappointed. But if I say, "It's raining again," with a bright, rising tone, I sound excited or happy. The words are identical, but the emotion transforms the message entirely. Therefore, when you listen, train yourself to ask, what emotion is the speaker conveying? Is the speaker happy, frustrated, surprised, or calm? Learning to feel the emotions in speech will help you understand the tone and intent, not just the vocabulary. And when you begin to speak, you will naturally start to use emotional tone as well, just like a native speaker does. Section 7. Your personal listening routine. Here is a straightforward daily routine you can adopt starting today. In the morning, dedicate 5 minutes to listening to slow, clear English. This could be a short educational podcast or a video lesson like this one. In the afternoon, spend 10 minutes shadowing a clip from a natural conversation. In the evening, challenge your ears for 5 minutes with something fast, like a scene from a movie or a song lyric. This amounts to only 20 minutes of focused practice each day, but I promise you, it will fundamentally change how you hear and comprehend English. Remember, listening is not just passive input, it is active training for your brain. Section 8. A quick review. Let us briefly recap what you have learned today. Do not listen word by word, instead, listen for the complete idea and meaning. Actively train your ears to recognize connected speech and sound linking. Combine your listening practice with shadowing for maximum benefit. Pay attention to the emotional tone, not just the literal sound. Practice consistently every day. Even 10 or 20 minutes of focused practice will create a significant difference over time. If you apply these methods consistently, your listening comprehension will become intuitive, and your speaking will naturally follow suit. Section 9. Your mission for today. Your task today is simple but powerful. Find one short English video on a topic you genuinely enjoy. Listen to it 3 times, following our method, first for overall meaning, second while shadowing the speaker, and third to catch small details and subtle sounds. Then, come back here and write one sentence in the comments answering this question: what new sound or phrase did you notice today? I will read your comments and help you with corrections or improvements wherever I can. In our next part, Part 4, we will take another major step forward. You will learn how to speak English naturally and smoothly, how to connect your words fluidly like a native speaker, and how to make your speech flow effortlessly. So, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your learning experience below. You are doing an amazing job. Keep listening, keep practicing, and I promise you that soon, English will sound clear, familiar, and easy to understand. I will see you in Part 4. In Part 3, we learned how to train your listening like a native speaker, how to hear meaning instead of just words, how to shadow with emotional awareness, and how to create a daily listening habit that genuinely transforms your fluency. Now, in Part 4, we address the next significant step: how to speak English smoothly and naturally. This is where everything begins to connect. You will learn how to make your sentences flow effortlessly, how to sound confident, and how to use the authentic rhythm of English. Are you ready? Let us begin. Section 1. What does natural speaking truly mean? When we refer to natural English, we are discussing something far greater than vocabulary alone. Natural English possesses rhythm, tone, and emotion. It sounds relaxed and fluid, not robotic or mechanical. You have likely observed how native speakers do not articulate each word separately. Instead of saying, I want to go to the store, they say, I want to go to the store. Instead of let me help you, they say, let me help you. This is not incorrect or lazy speech, it is natural speech. It is how English truly sounds in daily life. Therefore, if you wish to sound natural, you must learn to connect your words and use reduced sounds, just as native speakers do. Section 2. Linking words, the secret to smooth English. Native speakers link words together so that a sentence flows like music. This is called linking. Let us examine a few common examples. Go on is spoken as goon. Turn off the light becomes turn off the light. Talk about it sounds like talk about it. Do you hear the seamless flow? The words connect without abrupt pauses between them. Let us try a small practice. Repeat after me, first slowly, then with a more natural rhythm. Slowly, turn off the light. Naturally, turn off the light. Slowly, talk about it. Naturally, talk about it. Slowly, come on in. Naturally, come on in. Excellent. This kind of practice trains your mouth to move more quickly and smoothly. You will begin to sound natural without forcing it. Section 3. Reductions and connected speech. Now, let us explore reductions, the way English speakers shorten words when speaking quickly. Here are some very common ones. Going to becomes gonna. Want to becomes wanna. Got to becomes gotta. Let me becomes lemme. Give me becomes gimme. Let us practice a few in context. Repeat after me, I'm going to call you later. I'm gonna call you later. I want to go home now. I want to go home now. I got to study tonight. I gotta study tonight. Let me check my phone. Let me check my phone. Give me a second. Gimme a second. Very good. You do not need to use these in every sentence, but understanding them is crucial for both sounding natural and understanding authentic, everyday English. This is not textbook English, this is living, breathing English. Section 4. The music of English, stress and rhythm. Every language has its own unique music. In English, we stress certain words within a sentence more strongly than others. This creates a rhythm. For example, listen to this sentence, I didn't say she stole the money. If I stress a different word each time, the entire meaning of the sentence changes. I didn't say she stole the money. Perhaps someone else said it. I didn't say she stole the money. Maybe I wrote it. I didn't say she stole the money. Perhaps it was someone else. I didn't say she stole the money. Maybe she just borrowed it. Do you see how the stress alters the meaning? To sound natural, you must learn to feel this rhythm. Strong words and soft words work together to create meaning. Let us practice. Repeat after me, focusing on the stress and the emotion it carries. I really love English. This movie is so funny. You did an amazing job today. Good job. When you use stress naturally, your English comes alive, filled with energy and genuine feeling. Section 5, Shadowing for Smoothness. Now, let us combine everything you have learned with a short shadowing exercise. Listen first to the flow and the connected speech. When I speak English now, I don't worry about being perfect. I focus on being clear and natural. I connect my words and let my ideas flow. Now, repeat after me slowly. When I speak English now, I don't worry about being perfect. I focus on being clear and natural. I connect my words and let my ideas flow. Now, let us try it a little faster, aiming for a natural pace. Ready? When I speak English now, I don't worry about being perfect. I focus on being clear and natural. I connect my words and let my ideas flow. Beautiful. This is how you train your voice to flow naturally, not in short, broken words, but in smooth, connected streams of sound. Section 6, Speaking with Emotion and Tone. Another critical component of natural speech is emotion. English is a language rich with tone. We change the pitch of our voice to show how we feel. If you say the word really in a flat, monotone voice, it sounds bored and uninterested. If you say really with energy and a rising tone, it sounds excited or surprised. Try it with me now. Flat, really. Bored, excited, really. Enthusiastic, surprised, really. Inquisitive, doubtful, really. Skeptical. It is the same word, but your tone communicates the true meaning. So when you speak, do not be afraid to use your voice. Listeners understand your emotion through your tone, not just your vocabulary. Section 7, How to Sound Natural in Conversations. When you engage in conversation, natural English is not solely about grammatical accuracy. It is about flow and connection. Here is a simple but powerful tip for conversational English. When you answer questions, avoid giving only the shortest possible answer. Instead, add a small, relevant detail. For example, if someone asks, "How was your weekend?" responding with "good" is too brief and can stop the conversation. A more natural response would be, "Good. I visited my cousin and we watched a movie." This provides a hook for the other person to continue the dialogue. Similarly, if asked, "Do you like coffee?" a simple yes is adequate but robotic. A more engaging answer is, "Yes, I love coffee. I drink 2 cups every morning." Adding these small details makes you sound friendly, confident, and natural, just like native speakers. Let us practice a few quick responses together. I will ask a question, and you formulate a natural, detailed answer. Question: How are you today? You: I'm great, thanks. I just finished my work for the day. Question: What do you usually do on weekends? You: I usually relax and watch a good movie with my family. Question: Do you like studying English? You: Yes, it makes me happy when I notice I can speak a little better each day. Excellent. This practice is building your ability to think and respond in complete, natural thought units. Section 8, Your Personal Speaking Routine. Here is a simple daily routine to make your speaking smoother and more automatic. First, spend 5 minutes shadowing. Select a short clip from a native speaker and copy their voice, rhythm, and emotion precisely. Second, record yourself speaking for 2 minutes. Talk about your day or answer a practice question. Do not worry about mistakes, the goal is flow. Third, listen back to your recording and compare it to the native speaker clip. Notice what sounds different, the rhythm, the linking, the tone. Finally, repeat the process the next day. You will notice improvement surprisingly quickly. Remember, the goal is not to sound perfect, but to sound natural and connected. Section 9, Review and Motivation. Let us quickly summarize the key takeaways from today's session. Natural English is connected and fluid, not spoken word by word. Linking and reductions are essential tools that make speech flow smoothly. Stress and tonal variation create the rhythm and emotion that make English sound alive. Short, minimal answers can sound robotic, adding detail makes you sound engaging and confident. Daily shadowing practice is critical for internalizing the natural rhythm and sound of the language. You are already improving significantly just by being here and practicing actively. Section 10, Your small mission for today. Your task for today is focused and practical. Choose one simple English sentence, such as I want to learn English, and practice making it sound natural. Say it in different ways, with varying rhythm and emotion. For example, I want to learn English. I really want to learn English. I'm going to keep learning English every day. Then, record your best version and listen to how it sounds. Share your sentence in the comments below. I would love to see your progress and hear the confidence growing in your practice. In our next part, Part 5, we will explore a skill every fluent speaker masters, using advanced vocabulary naturally. You will learn how to select the right words to sound intelligent and expressive, not complicated, but clear and impactful. So, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, what English phrase do you most want to say more naturally? You are doing exceptionally well. Keep moving forward. Your English is already becoming smoother, stronger, and more self-assured with each day of practice. Welcome back. I am so happy you are still here with me in this masterclass, your daily journey from B1 to C2 English fluency through listening and speaking. You have done amazing work in Part 4, learning how to speak English smoothly and naturally, how to link words, use rhythm, and sound confident. Now, in Part 5, we go even deeper. Today's topic is how to use advanced vocabulary naturally, allowing you to sound intelligent, expressive, and fluent, just like a C2 level speaker. Do not worry, you do not need big, complicated words to sound advanced. You simply need the right words, used in the right way. Let us begin. Section 1, Why vocabulary is not about hard words. Many learners believe that using complicated words will make them sound fluent. But in reality, fluency is about clarity, not complexity. Native speakers often use simple words, but they use them precisely and naturally. For example, a native speaker would not say, I experienced an abundance of fatigue. They would say, I was really tired. It is clear, natural, and powerfully effective. So, instead of memorizing long, difficult words, focus on learning how to use words effectively in real-life contexts. That is our goal today. Section 2, Upgrading your vocabulary step by step. Let us start by upgrading some very common words into more advanced, yet natural, alternatives. I will give you examples that native speakers use every day. First, let us address overusing very. Instead of always saying very, use a stronger, more precise word. Very big becomes huge or enormous. Very small becomes tiny. Very good becomes excellent, fantastic, or amazing. Very bad becomes terrible or awful. Very tired becomes exhausted. Very happy becomes thrilled or delighted. Let us practice this in sentences. Sentence 1. The movie was very good. The upgraded version, the movie was fantastic. Sentence 2. I'm very tired today. The upgraded version, I'm exhausted today. Sentence 3. It's very cold outside. The upgraded version, it's freezing outside. Do you hear the difference? You sound more fluent, more expressive, and still completely natural. Second, let us upgrade some common phrases that can sound too basic. Instead of I think, you can say I believe, I guess, or I suppose. Instead of in my opinion, use just that, in my opinion. Instead of I don't know, try I'm not sure, or I have no idea. Instead of I like it, say I really enjoy it, I'm into it, or I'm a fan. Instead of I'm busy, say I've got a lot on my plate. Instead of I'm not interested, say it's not really my thing. Instead of let's start, say let's get started, or let's dive in. Let us put these into context with a quick practice. Basic, I think English is important. Upgraded, I believe English is really important. Basic, I like music. Upgraded, I'm really into music. Basic, I'm not interested in sports. Upgraded, sports aren't really my thing. You see? You no longer sound like a student working from a textbook, you sound like a real person communicating effectively. Section 3. How to remember advanced words. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I remember all these new words? The secret is this: you do not remember words by memorizing lists. You remember them by using them in your daily life. Speak them aloud. Use them in sentences that describe your own experiences. Instead of saying, I'm tired, make a conscious choice to say, I'm exhausted. Write short stories or journal entries. If you write, today was great. I was thrilled to see my friends, your brain links the word thrilled to a positive emotional memory. Shadow real English. When you watch movies or listen to podcasts, actively copy how native speakers use words naturally. Let us try this together right now. Shadow this short paragraph after me. Today was amazing. I was exhausted after work, but when I saw my best friend, I felt thrilled. We had an incredible dinner and the food was fantastic. Now you try repeating that slowly, clearly, and with natural feeling. You have just used 4 upgraded words: amazing, exhausted, thrilled, incredible, without sounding forced or unnatural. Section 4. Avoiding the overuse of fancy words. Here is a common error many advanced learners make: they try too hard to sound intelligent. For instance, someone might say, I would like to express my profound gratitude for your assistance. While this is polite, it is far too formal for daily conversation. You can simply say, thanks so much for your help. Fluency is not about sounding like a walking dictionary, it is about sounding like a genuine human being. Even native speakers use simple English the vast majority of the time. The secret is not to use difficult words, but to use the right words confidently. Section 5. Think in phrases, not in words. When you speak English, consciously shift from thinking word by word to thinking in complete chunks of language. These are short, natural phrases that native speakers use automatically. Here are some essential examples to integrate into your speech. At the end of the day means finally or when everything is considered. It depends on is used when something is not certain. I mean helps you clarify your previous idea. You know what I mean, checks for the listener's understanding. Kind of or sort of softens your opinion, making it sound less absolute. Let us put these phrases into real-life sentences. At the end of the day, it's your decision to make. It depends on the weather whether we go to the park. I mean, I really wanted to go, but I was just too tired. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. It's kind of difficult to understand the first time. If you learn and use phrases like these as ready-made units, your speaking will sound natural and conversational, not stiff or textbook-like. Section 6. Vocabulary through emotion. Here is a profoundly effective technique. You remember words faster and more permanently when you connect them to a strong feeling. If you associate new vocabulary with an emotion, a story, or a personal experience, it becomes anchored in your memory. For example, imagine this scenario. I was exhausted after running 5 kilometers. But when I finally reached the finish line, I felt absolutely thrilled. My friends were there cheering, and I felt an overwhelming sense of pride. Now, the words exhausted and thrilled are no longer just entries in a vocabulary list, they are part of a vivid, emotional memory. This is how true fluency is constructed, with feelings and experiences, not just with flashcards. Section 7. Practice speaking with upgraded vocabulary. Let us do a quick, active practice. I will say a basic sentence, and you will repeat it using a better, more advanced and natural phrase. Basic, I'm very hungry. Upgraded, I'm starving. Basic, that's very funny. Upgraded, that's hilarious. Basic, I'm very sad. Upgraded, I'm heartbroken. Basic, it's very easy. Upgraded, it's simple or it's effortless. Basic, I'm very scared. Upgraded, I'm terrified. Now, shadow these upgraded sentences after me, saying them with natural feeling. I'm starving. That's hilarious. I'm heartbroken. It's effortless. I'm terrified. Perfect. You are already sounding more expressive and natural. This is a tangible sign of your progress. Section 8. Review and continued motivation. Let us briefly summarize the core principles you have learned today. Do not prioritize difficult, obscure words. Focus instead on natural, expressive vocabulary that conveys your meaning precisely. Upgrade basic modifiers like very into stronger, more descriptive words. Very good becomes fantastic, very tired becomes exhausted. Learn and use common phrases and chunks of language, not just individual words. Practice through speaking, writing, and shadowing to move new vocabulary from your memory into your active use. Most importantly, connect emotion to your learning, feel the words you are using. You are not merely learning vocabulary, you are learning how to think in more nuanced English. This is the true key to progressing from B1 to C2. Section 9. Your mission for today. Your practice for today is direct and practical. Write 3 original sentences using your newly upgraded vocabulary. For example, I'm exhausted but happy after my workout today. The view from the mountain summit was absolutely breathtaking. At the end of the day, I feel proud of the progress I am making. Post your sentences in the comments below. I will read every one and respond to many of you personally, offering guidance and encouragement. In our next part, Part 6, we will delve even deeper into the mechanics of thinking in English. You will learn powerful methods to stop translating from your native language and start forming ideas directly in English, just as a fluent speaker does. If you are finding value in this masterclass, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, what is your favorite advanced English word or phrase you feel confident using now? Keep practicing with intention. Your progress is real and measurable, and every single step you take is bringing you closer to the fluency you deserve. I am proud of your dedication, and I will see you in Part 6. Welcome back. This is Part 6 of our comprehensive series, your daily listening and speaking masterclass for achieving English fluency from B1 to C2. In the last session, you learned how to use advanced vocabulary naturally, how to sound expressive and fluent without resorting to overly formal or complicated language. Now, in this part, we will explore something even more fundamental, something that truly separates fluent speakers from perpetual learners. We are going to master how to think in English naturally. If you can cultivate this ability, you will speak faster, understand more quickly, and feel a profound sense of confidence every time you communicate. Let us begin. Section 1: Why translating holds you back. Let us start with a critical question. Do you still find yourself translating thoughts in your head before you speak English? This is common for many learners. You form an idea in your native language first, and then you scramble to find the corresponding English words. But here is the fundamental problem: that translation process consumes precious time. Your internal monologue sounds like this: okay, what is the word for this? What is the correct grammar? Wait, is this right? And while this internal debate is happening, your speech falters. Your fluency vanishes. Fluent speakers bypass this entirely. They connect ideas directly to English words. So, when they see a picture of the sun, they do not think sol or soleil or teo, they simply think sun. This is how children acquire their first language, and it is how you can train your brain to operate in English. Section 2: The 4 stages of thinking in English. Developing an English-thinking mind is not a switch you flip on instantly. It is a skill you build progressively. Let us break it down into 4 developmental stages. Stage 1 is the word level. You begin by simply naming objects you see in English. For example, table, chair, dog, sky, coffee. This trains your brain to create a direct link between the object and the English word. Stage 2 is the phrase level. Now, instead of single words, you use short, descriptive phrases. For example, a hot cup of coffee, a beautifully clear sky, a fast red car. This helps you transition from thinking in isolated vocabulary to thinking in meaningful chunks, moving away from translation. Stage 3 is the sentence level. Here, you begin to describe your own actions or feelings in complete, simple English sentences. For example, I am drinking my morning coffee. I am watching the news on television. I feel quite tired today. Stage 4 is the thought level. This is the ultimate goal, expressing your complete ideas, opinions, or memories directly in English without any internal translation. For example, I think learning English is like building a muscle. The more consistently you use it, the stronger and more natural it becomes. When you reach this stage, translation becomes unnecessary. You simply speak. Section 3: How to train your mind daily. Now, let us equip your brain with practical daily habits to think in English. I call this method the 5-minute English thinking routine. You can do this anywhere, during your commute, while preparing a meal, or before you sleep. Here is how it works. Minute 1: Observe. Look around and name what you see in English. There is a blue chair. The window is slightly open. My phone is on the wooden table. Minute 2: Describe. Add more detail to your observations. The blue chair looks very comfortable. The sky through the window is clear and bright. My phone battery is almost full. Minute 3: Express. Verbally state your current feelings. I feel relaxed right now. I am happy the weather is so pleasant today. Minute 4: Imagine. Create a brief, imaginary scenario in English. What if I could travel anywhere tomorrow? I would visit Japan and see the cherry blossoms. Minute 5: Reflect. Think about your day in English. Today was productive. I finished my work tasks and learned several new English words. If you commit to this daily exercise, your brain will gradually reduce its dependence on your native language, and English will become your internal voice of thought. Section 4: How to replace native words with English. Let us practice this immediately. Imagine you see a red apple. Does your mind instantly say the word in your native language, or does it say apple? If apple comes first, that is excellent, you are already training your English brain. If not, there is a simple way to build this reflex. Make a habit of this: whenever you see a common object, say its English name out loud. When you use your phone, think phone. When you eat rice, think rice. When you see a car, think car. Say it aloud or whisper it to yourself. This consistent practice builds robust, direct connections between the object and the English word. Over time, your brain will automatically select the English word first. Section 5: Shadowing practice for English thinking. Let us reinforce this with a targeted shadowing exercise. Listen and repeat after me as if you are echoing my thoughts, focusing on the meaning behind the words. I think in English every day. I describe my world in English. I can speak English without translating. My mind is getting faster. I am building my English brain. Now, repeat these same sentences one more time, but this time, infuse them with genuine confidence and belief. I think in English every day. I describe my world in English. I can speak English without translating. My mind is getting faster. I am building my English brain. Excellent. This is not merely pronunciation practice, this is mindset training. Each time you vocalize these affirmative statements, you are programming your brain to accept this new, more fluent way of thinking. Section 6: Thinking in English while listening. The skill of thinking in English is not limited to speaking, it is equally crucial for listening. When you listen to someone speaking English, resist the urge to mentally translate everything back into your native language. Instead, strive to grasp the core idea or feeling directly. For example, if someone says, "I had a rough day," do not pause to translate rough. Understand the emotion. They had a difficult, challenging day. You do not need to decode every single word to comprehend the overall meaning. This is precisely how native speakers listen. So, when you watch films, listen to podcasts, or view videos, practice thinking in concepts and images, not in translations. Allow your brain to connect English sounds directly to their meanings. Section 7. The importance of not judging yourself. A major hurdle for many learners is the frustration of not thinking quickly enough in English. It is vital to remember that this is a gradual process, not a magical transformation. It takes time for your brain to forge and strengthen these new neural pathways. Be patient with yourself. When you catch yourself translating, do not think, "I failed again." Instead, gently acknowledge it, "I noticed I translated. Next time, I will try to think the idea directly in English." Every time you become aware of the habit, you are strengthening your metacognition, your awareness of your own thinking, which is the first and most important step toward genuine fluency. Section 8. A real-life example. Let me share an encouraging story from one of my students. Hannah was an intermediate learner, solidly at AB1 level. She consistently translated from Vietnamese before speaking, which made her responses slow and hesitant. We began with a very small commitment. Each day, she would describe one simple object or action in English for just 1 minute. After 3 weeks of this consistent practice, she told me something incredible. "Teacher, now when I look at things, the English words just appear in my mind automatically. I don't need to think in Vietnamese first." That was the moment her brain had begun to think in English. Shortly after this shift, her speaking speed and fluency improved dramatically. This was not due to learning new grammar rules, but because her brain had fundamentally changed its operational language. This same transformation is available to you through consistent practice. Section 9. Your practice for today. Now, it is your turn to actively engage with this concept. Your mission for the next 24 hours is to consciously think in English as much as possible. When you wake up, tell yourself in English, "I am getting up now. I am going to brush my teeth. I will make some breakfast." When you are walking outside, think, "The weather is quite warm today. The sky is a deep blue. There is a person walking a small, energetic dog." Before you sleep, reflect in English, "Today was a good day. I accomplished several important tasks and learned something new." This exercise may feel unusual or challenging at first, but that feeling will fade, and when it becomes natural, your fluency will accelerate dramatically. For additional motivation and to make your practice tangible, I want you to write 3 English sentences about your day in the comments section below. I will read them and reply to as many as I can, providing support and feedback. Section 10. A look ahead to the next lesson. In Part 7, we will progress to an exciting new dimension of fluency. You will learn how to sound naturally confident in real conversations by mastering the use of intonation, tone, and body language. We will practice the techniques native speakers use to make their speech sound alive and engaging, not robotic and flat, and you will learn how to incorporate these same techniques into your own communication. Therefore, please ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, do you still find yourself translating when you speak English, or are you beginning to form thoughts directly in English now? You are doing absolutely amazing work. Keep moving forward, and always remember, every thought you form in English solidifies your path to fluency. I will see you in Part 7. The journey to thinking directly in English requires not just understanding the concept, but immersing yourself in a new way of processing the world. It is about creating an English environment within your own mind. Let us explore a powerful mental exercise to deepen this practice. Find a quiet moment, close your eyes if you can, and take a deep breath. Now, I want you to imagine a simple, familiar scene, waking up on a peaceful Sunday morning. The sun is shining gently through the window. The air feels soft and comfortable. Now, begin to narrate what happens next, entirely in English. Speak it out loud or form the thoughts clearly in your mind. I am waking up. I stretch my arms. I feel relaxed and rested. I open the window. The fresh morning air comes in. I smile. I feel happy about this day. Can you feel how straightforward that was? That is you, thinking in English naturally. The more you create these small, narrated moments in your daily life, the more you are building the neural pathways that make fluency your default state. Now, let us introduce an advanced technique, the English filter. This involves dedicating a specific, limited time each day, perhaps 1 or 2 hours, where you consciously switch your internal monologue entirely to English. During this English-only period, everything you see, read, or hear, you label and describe in English. You can even turn it into a personal challenge. How long can you maintain this English-only stream of consciousness? If your mind attempts to revert to your native language, gently notice it without judgment and guide it back to English.